So in 2025, it's been quite a while since the release of the ASUS ROG Ally. And while it is an incredible piece of technology, is it actually worth it in 2025? And how is it aging so far? Well, originally I got the ASUS ROG Ally for something that I could take with me on a plane and play AAA games on the go. Because it's a Windows-based PC in the body of a console, you can pretty much play all the modern games that you have access to on your PC. For me personally, that has not gone anyway the way I wish it would. For my gaming, I mostly play on a PS5 on a big LG C3 OLED TV. But this was supposed to be like a secondary support console if I wanted to play in my bed or on a couch, but also if I wanted to play on an airplane, for example, while traveling to a destination. The problem here is, it just didn't live up to my expectations. I personally felt that there's too much friction when playing with the ASUS ROG Ally. For example, there is no real sleep function, and the sleep function that we have on the Windows 11 just plenty of times would mean that I would not be able to continue where I left off. The game would not be able to connect because I'm on an airplane without internet. So without it, it turned out to be just a glorified Steam Deck because I could only play Steam games offline pretty much. If you have two different users, then it's even harder because it just is a big headache to get everything working. And also the battery is just not as good. So even though I was playing better games than on the Nintendo Switch prior to it, I was not really enjoying myself because the battery would just go bye. That is how quick it would just get down. And with the whole setup and before boarding I would try to connect everything, then suddenly it turned off and now I cannot play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so I would play Steam games and then it just turned into, like I said, a Steam Deck essentially. It turned out to be not something for me. I feel like this is going to be amazing for those that are at home, just casually with one single user using it. For many, this is going to be a great device, and with it being slightly older at this point, it is going to be cheaper to get. With different devices coming out, this is going to be just constantly cheaper and cheaper. And it's incredible for what it is. It is a super powerful handheld device. It is a incredibly powerful handheld gaming device that is just mind-blowing that you can play AAA games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla on a device like this, but it just isn't for everyone. For many, this could be a great device, and for many, this could even be a device that they hybrid use as a traditional Windows-based PC. But for me, the Windows-based PC part, well, it's fantastic in a way, opening all the games that you have at your disposal. It is also the con that really made me not love it as much as I wish it would. When I'm home, I would probably play on my PS5, and on trips, I would be fighting with this. Instead of playing, I would be fighting. So it's really dependent. Also, there's one more thing. Lately, I wanted to try out how does Clair Obscur Expedition 33 work on the ASUS ROG Ally. And by the way, if you're looking for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, you can find a great deal on Instant Gaming. For me, it is one of the best games of the year and one of the best games of the last couple of years. But you can actually find a great deal for it on Instant Gaming. So if you're interested in that, check out the link down below for Instant Gaming. And together with Instant Gaming, we're doing a giveaway where one of you can win a game of your choice. If you're interested in that, check out the link down below. So when I wanted to actually load it up through Game Pass, it works. But the way it works is just nowhere near comfortable, nowhere near a nice experience. Not only the frame rates, not only the resolution, the quality, just overall it didn't work the way I wish it would. And while it is super powerful, I just found that many games, like Expedition 33, just didn't work too good on it. While other games like, for example, Call of Duty Warzone, are just not the best on this kind of a device, with this kind of, ergonomics. And this screen size, while it is a great screen, it just isn't the best for shooters where you're gonna have a hard time seeing the enemies. And then there are some games that are just better to be played on different consoles or even different handhelds. For me, it just feels like this is good for everything, but not great for anything. And it just feels like it's a really amazing device, really amazing concept that I cannot get to use as much as I wish. And in my opinion, it is aging a little bit not as good as I wish it was. Well, it's still a great device, and if you're interested in it, and if the pros of it are all working for you, if maybe you want that hybrid PC for daily usage with a keyboard and mouse and monitor, and then having a gaming experience like this, maybe you're a single user, mostly offline games, older games, especially indie games, AAA games, then this is an incredible device. But if you're someone that wants that specific kind of game and it just doesn't work on it, you're gonna have a not as good time, especially if you're trying to travel with it. It's gonna be a little bit of a headache. And while I sound negative about the ASUS ROG Ally, I still feel like it's a great device with just an incredible idea of having something so powerful in a palm of your hand. I feel like it's not as good as I wish it was, and it just didn't live up to the expectations that I had. And in mid-2025, it just feels like even the games are starting to be too hard for it to run. So you're starting to play the older games instead of what is coming out. Well, like I said, it's going to be dependent on how you want to play, your lifestyle, your playstyle, and with that, you can actually decide if it is worth for you. With that being said, if you have any more questions about the ASUS ROG Ally, let me know in the comment section down below. And with that, it is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you next time.